Advanced Algebra through Data Exploration, Mastery Quiz number 2. Okay, the first problem. Find the explicit formula for the arithmetic sequence, 5, 8, 11, 14. The table has already been started to assist you in finding the explicit formula. So the first thing we should do is fill in the rest of the table. So we see that we're going from 5 to 8. And since it's arithmetic, we know that we are adding. So we are adding 3, continuing the pattern. Okay, now you'll notice that there is a blank underneath the 0, so we need to go backwards. So instead of adding 3, we're going to take away 3, and we end up with a 2. Now, when we write the explicit formula, the pattern, the plus 3, that is what goes immediately after the equal sign, followed by the letter N, and then the initial amount is the one under the 0, and that would be plus 2. So, our explicit formula is U sub n equals 3n plus 2. All right? That is the first problem you will need to do. Number 2. Find the explicit formula for the geometric sequence, 1, 4, 16, 64, and so on. All right, so since it says geometric, we know that it is multiplying. So we are going to, let's see, 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and so on. Okay, you obviously can use the calculator to assist you. Then we've got 16 times 4, which is 64, times 4 again. That would be 256, times 4 again. And that would be 1024. Make sure you fill in the table completely. Now, we're going to go backwards. Now remember, when we're going backwards, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So when we go backwards, we are going to take the 1 and divide it by 4. Okay? 1 divided by 4 is 1/4. Now, I would prefer that you leave that as a decimal. Okay? Fractions are good, decimals are good. In this case, I'll accept either one. So you can use the decimal or the fraction. All right? So here we go. So since it's geometric, okay, be careful, geometric, we're starting with the number under the 0. So we should be starting with the 0.25. Times, and then what we're multiplying by. So 0.25 times 4 to the n power. Okay, that n needs to be an exponent. If it's not an exponent, you are not mastering this. Again, if you prefer, sometimes it's nicer to see it written as a fraction. We can write it like this. So either one is acceptable. All right? Now, sometimes you get a repeating decimal. For example, let's say you get 1/3. 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. Okay? In that case, it would really be nice if you left it as a fraction, because 0.3 repeating, you're not going to have, the answer is not going to be as accurate as it could be if you left it as 1/3. All right, number 2. Use the explicit formula to find U sub 25. All right, well, that means plug in 25 in for n. So 7 times 25 minus 8. So take your calculator, plug it in, and you should get 167. So the 25th number in the sequence is 167. Example 4, or problem number 4. Again, this one's a geometric, just the way that you see the explicit formula. So we're going to plug it in. So here we go. 8 times 1.5. The n is 18. All right, type that in on your calculator. 8 times 1.5 to the 18th power, and we get, we're going to have to round it, 11823.14. Okay, we can round it to 2 decimal places. All right, that's problem number 4. Next, find the sum of the sequence from 1 to 32. Okay, the first number to the 32nd number. And we're going to use that formula. Now, remember the n, so we're starting with 1, and we're going to the 32nd number. So 1 to 32 is 32 numbers. Now, we need to know what the first number in the sequence is. So we need to plug a 1 in. And the first number in the sequence is 7. Okay, that's going to go in for U1. Now we need to know what the 32nd number in the sequence is. So 3 times 32 plus 4. All right, let's see. 3 times 32 plus 4. That looks like 100. Okay, that's going to go into the last spot. That's the last number in the sequence. Okay, hopefully I didn't mess up. 3 times 32 plus 4. Yep, okay. Now we're going to plug the numbers in. Here we go. So we're going to take 32 times the first number in the sequence plus the last number in the sequence. And we're going to divide that by 2. All right, take your calculator, type it in. Just type it in the way you see it, and you get 1,712. So if we added all of the numbers in the sequence from 1 to 32, okay, we'd get 1,712. All right, one more. Okay, this is dealing with a geometric series, so the formula is a little bit different. Okay, so you'll notice that the U sub 1 means the first number in the sequence. So we're going to have to find the first number in the sequence. We're going to go 8 times 3 to the first power. And 8 times 3 to the first power is 24. So that is the first number in the sequence. The rate, the R, that's the number that's inside the parentheses. Okay, the R is what we're multiplying by. And the N is the how many. So again, we're going from 1 to 12. So that means there are 12 numbers in this sequence. That's all we need. Here we go. Let's plug in the numbers. So we're going to go 24 times 1 minus the rate, which is 3, to the 12th power, closed. Now notice that parentheses is behind the 12. Divided by parentheses 1 minus 3. All right, just type that in on your calculator, just like that. 24 times 1 minus 3 to the 12th power. Divided by 1 minus 3. Okay, be careful. The formatting might be a little weird when you type it in. Make sure it looks just like that. Hit enter, and you get a fairly large number. 637 7280. So 6,377,280. And that's it. So Mastery Quiz number 2 has 6 problems. Look at it carefully. Watch the video again if you need to. Good luck.